God bless everybody. Today I'm bringing you my reaction, not reaction, analysis video of the Final Fantasy 15 full TGS trailer. This is probably my second ever analysis video. I don't write scripts, so I'm doing this all unscripted. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through the trailer and spot out what I think is what and how I feel it will fit in place in the game and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's dive right into this analysis video. Now, first we open up with this scene, which it looks like Adonde has Noctis captured because he specifically says knocked. So it looks like he specifically has captured Noctis. Now, where this place is at, I don't know, but I'm almost guessing it's a little bit past chapter 3 or whatever, because Adonde really starts talking to Noctis towards chapter 2 or chapter 3, because I'm going off what I've seen from the Gamescom footage, and the game showed the first 2 or 3 chapters, so this has to be a significant way into the game, a little bit past chapter 3, and pretty much Adonde most likely had captured Noctis to get information out of him, and pretty much most likely get the ring from that his father gave him. So yeah. A tale begins, and then we see this scene that we saw from Gamescom, which I'm guessing this is before that scene where he captured Noctis. So it's most likely way before that scene. I believe this is like in chapter 2 or wherever. So yeah. I remember him saying that the fairies weren't going out and stuff like that. So not actual fairies, but fairy like boats. They weren't actually going out at the time. So yeah. See? They're not going out. Madonna. And then he pretty much tries to provoke them, because I believe really now people I've reading the comment section of the video that people are actually saying Adonde might be the main villain. I believe Tabitha came out and said that he hasn't revealed the main villain yet, but that the main villain will put other Final Fantasy villains to shame and be a really memorable villain. So honestly, I don't think Adonde is the main villain. I think he's more of a sub-villain. But right here, you can tell he has motives to try to provoke them and really get the Kingdom of Nephilim to do what he wants them to do. Because we saw in the Kingsglaive movie that he was kind of the secret puppeteer trying to pull strings in the Kingdom of Nephilim, because he's the one that tried to invade the city of Insomnia and stuff like that and get the crystal and all that. So this guy, he has motives that are very sneaky. So I can see him being a sub-villain or a boss we fight later on in the game. Here we have another scene we saw from both E3 and Gamescom, where they're all in the room and they're talking about how Insomnia has failed, and how the king has now died, as what we saw in Kingsglaive. Spoilers for Kingsglaive, and that the Crown City has been taken over by Insomnia. I mean, the Crown City has been taken over by Nephilim. Not Deaths of Despair. The young king is. We saw this scene in the E3 and Gamescom footage too. This is a more in-depth look at it. And it looks like Noctis is once again on the phone with Core. He's sitting right outside Insomnia. And he's really trying to get back into the city because he really wants to see what happened to the city. So yeah, but this scene we've seen before and a bunch of other footage, so I'm not really going to analyze it too much. Now this is a scene we haven't seen with Sid, and pretty much I believe this is, honestly I believe this is towards chapter 1. I believe this is towards chapter 1 right after you meet Sid and towards right after you get the car back and all that towards the beginning of the game, because your car does break down towards the beginning of the game. And I believe this is Sid pretty much telling Noct about how he had a connection with his father and how the Crown City, how he figured out through his own means that the Crown City had fallen, and how that it was one-sided, that Niflheim pretty much came in and took down the Crown City on their own, and his father tried to fight to protect it no matter what and was killed. So yeah. So yeah. The king is one of the people. Let me see. So pretty much this is a scene we saw in the Gamescom footage is that it's not talking with Core, and pretty much this is when Noct gets one of the arbiter weapons, and pretty much the arbiter weapons are weapons of his descendants that I guess him and his father could use, and they pretty much are those blades that swarm around Noctis that give him that ability. Now the armature is also you can also use that ability in the game. So these are in-game weapons. There aren't just story weapons you can use. They're also in-game weapons that you can use that give you special abilities and stuff like that. Now the arbiter weapon here, I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, this is pretty much when Octus, I believe, gets his first arbiter weapon, and pretty much Core is telling him, look, you have to take this weapon. It's a weapon of your descendant. You have to take it in order to go on and succeed your father and take over your kingdom. So, yeah. King's Skull. Now this is something that I didn't really understand, but now I'm starting to understand it. That's I forget his name, but that's Stella's brother. Now in Kingsglaive, once again Kingsglaive spoilers, I thought he died. But now I think about it, with seeing him with that metal arm and all that, he didn't really die. All I think that happened is once he took off the ring, it burned his hand, and that's about it. And he had to get a metal arm afterwards. So pretty much afterwards, he had to get a metal arm, and he pretty much had to get some of his body replacement metal in order to continue to fight, because his body was damaged from putting on the ring. So So yeah, and I believe this is once again him trying to get the ring in order to have that power, in order to restore the power of power of Tenebrae, his homeland of Tenebrae. So he really wants that ring from Noctis to restore that power to Tenebrae, because he feels like that power belongs to him and Tenebrae, and not the King Regis. So yeah, I believe that's why he's confronting Noctis right here. Now, how far is this into the game? I do not know, but I have to guess this is most likely towards Chapter 3, probably somewhere towards the middle of Chapter 3 or like that. Oh, and now let's go back to that scene. Let's go back to that scene. Let's go back. Yeah, look at they're all ready to fight him. But it looks like there's Core right there with them, and they also have, I believe, their cars. So yeah, this might be still towards Chapter 2 now I think about it, because seeing that they got Core with them, and Core is with them, I believe, towards the beginning of Chapter 2 and all that. So yeah, this could be in Chapter 2 now. I see Core right there, because I wasn't thinking about where it's happening, but yeah, this could be in Chapter 2. Now this is I believe close to the Titan battle that we saw at E3, because I believe Adonde is the one that provoked Titan to fight Noctis. So I believe he's the one that, or at least brought Noctis to Titan to fight Titan to get the Astral from him. So yeah, I believe this is towards the Titan battle. I could be wrong, but it looks like that, and it looks like he's the one trying to get Noctis to fight Titan, or at least he's the one that brought Noctis to Titan. Now this is a scene that is also new, and I'm trying to think about when it took place, because I didn't see her in her usual game attire. Now think about it. I think this is most likely a flashback Noctis is having to his childhood, because in a few scenes later we see a young kid Noctis in these scenes. But yeah, I believe this is Luna talking to Noctis as a kid, and we've seen similar scenes to this before from the E3 trailer and the Uncovered trailer. So I believe this is just an extension of those scenes we've seen from E3 and the Uncovered trailer, where Noctis is having a flashback, and she's talking to Noctis about her homeland, and about them getting married when she gets older. And also this might not be a flashback as Noctis having. This might be her having a flashback to when this might be her having a flashback to when she was a kid and all that. Also, we see her wedding dress back there, which most likely this is probably when she was still in Tenebrae. This is probably still when she was still in Tenebrae, but from before Kingsglaive. And we see Gentiana, her talking to Gentiana and all that. At first I thought it was Noctis she was talking to, but now I think about it, it was Gentiana. So it makes sense, because we pretty much know that Gentiana is her one and only as her moral support. Gentiana is pretty much her guardian who looks out for her and all that. So yeah. There's also I've seen a couple discussion analysis going around. Gentiana might be Shiva, might be the summon Shiva. It might be the reason why she has the trident, which is another arbiter weapon, a weapon of Noctis's descendants. So this could be Gentiana trying to manipulate her into using the trident to fight Leviathan and all that. So yeah. And I believe this is another extension of that scene we saw earlier, where it was where he was telling them about that what happened to the real city, the crown city of Insomnia, and Noctis' father, and pretty much what Noctis had to do in order to take back the city and succeed his father. So yeah, there's more of that scene we saw earlier of Sid explaining himself to him. Right here we see Gentiana talking to a kid Noctis. So once again, this is what makes me think that scene with Luna earlier was a flashback, because we see Noctis in a wheelchair, and Noctis was in a wheelchair at the beginning of Kingsglaive. And in Kingsglaive, he was in a wheelchair when he was in the city of Tenebrae. So this makes me think this is another flashback. And that scene earlier was a flashback, and it was Luna pretty much telling Noctis about the stuff that maybe Gentiana used to talk to her about and stuff like that, and the flashback that she's having about when Gentiana used to talk to her about stories and all that, or maybe her homeland and stuff like that, and about how she looks up to Noctis and all that. And we see Gentiana pretty much talking to Noctis about the king and all the stories from the king and stuff like that. We saw this scene last year at TGS in the Dawn trailer, and then we saw it, I believe, also at Game. No, we didn't see this scene at Gamescom. I believe the last time we saw this scene was last year at TGS, and it was pretty much surrounded by soldiers. Honestly, I believe the reason she's surrounded by these soldiers is because Gentiana told him to surround her, because Gentiana doesn't want her going to Noctis. So I believe this is shortly before she meets up with Noctis and all that. And I believe shortly afterwards she goes out and goes to use the trident to fight Leviathan and stuff like that. So, yeah. We see she's been hurt. We see she's been hurt a little bit. Most likely I'm guessing by Adonde, because we see Adon. I can never say his name right. I'm butchering his name because I never say it right. Adonde. I can't say it right. But yeah, we see she has a little scar on her shoulder, on her left shoulder. So most likely that's from Adonde most likely hitting her, and it's most likely because she tried to fight Leviathan and all that. So yeah, or it could be from Gentiana. I don't know which one, but yeah, it's either from Adonde or Gentiana where she got that scar, and it's most likely after she had tried to fight Leviathan. and probably after Noctis had got the trident, because I'm almost guessing Noctis gets the trident. And I'm also guessing this scene is close to the scene we saw in last year's E3. No, E3 2013. I'm guessing this is close to the scene we saw in the E3 2013 trailer. So yeah, I'm guessing this is close to the E3 2013 trailer we saw, because we also see a scene of Leviathan from the E3 2013 trailer. But yeah, this is most likely close to that scene where they're in this city and Noctis is going through it and he's trying to get the Luna so he can get the trident and fight Leviathan and get all that from his ancestors. Now right here, something I've seen brought up in a. Oh, no, let's go forward. Go forward. Went back too far. Went back too far. Right here, we see Gladios has a new scar. Now, how he got that scar, I don't really know. But I'm almost guessing it's from a traumatic event they went through, most likely because of Adande and all that. And I saw somebody bring up this in the comment section, that Igneous, it looked like he got a scar. It looked like he was missing one of his eyes and got a new pair of sunglasses or whatever that are trying to help him see and all that. So I'm almost guessing this is from something that Noctis got his party in danger that they shouldn't have been in. I'm not sure if it's from the city or just income. I'm almost guessing it's probably after that city, because yeah, I'm guessing he probably got the scar either from fighting Leviathan or from that scene at the beginning of the game where Adande had captured Noctis and all that, and that's probably how they all got injured and all that. So yeah. But yeah, that's my theory. I mean, it could be something else, but yeah, I'm guessing this is probably a significantly amount into the game. This part is. We also, Igneous now has one of the sunglasses because people are saying most likely he went blind. I doubt he went blind because looks like he can still see in episode 0, which I say is 10 years later. But most likely this is most likely from that battle I was just talking about, where either happened with Leviathan or when Adande had captured Noctis, and that's probably why Gladios is mad at Noctis, because he got himself captured, and then they had to rescue him, and he got the whole rest of the party in danger and stuff like that. Also, we can see a cane right here over in the corner. So if you were saying most likely that cane probably belonged to Igneous, I'm thinking more it belonged to Noctis, because we see Noctis wearing a knee brace in episode 0. So I'm guessing most likely Noctis probably got injured to where he couldn't walk really without it for a while. Which ironically, who else do we see using the cane? King Lucius. King Lucius of Insomnia, Noctis's father. Noctis's father. So we see Noctis's father. He had a cane. This could be the cane from Noctis's father. He could have someone go on the Crown City and got it for him. But yeah, it looks like Noctis is starting to turn out a lot like his father, because yeah, look like he's gonna have the same walking problem as his father. Because we see his father walking with a cane towards the beginning of the game and in Kingsglaive. instead of having a lover's quarrel. Right here we see gameplay, which is pretty much all the gameplay we've seen before. But we see the Chocobo from episode, and look at that from episode Death Sky. We see a boat. We see the train. Stuff we've seen already. We see the airship. So stuff we've seen already. And right here we see this scene, which I'm almost guessing this scene is towards the beginning of the game. Most likely right after the credits roll up. So yeah, and this scene doesn't use in-game graphics. This scene is using all CG cutscenes. Pretty much the same CG that I believe the movie Kingsglaive used. So yeah, and the CG at this part looks amazing. I mean, I already thought the in-game graphics were amazing and realistic. This is even better. I didn't even think they could use CG that was even better than the game, but it looks better than the game. So yeah, we see Noctis talking with his father, and his father telling him he needs to get out of the city and go on a journey until things die down in the city and all that. And also telling him that he should meet up with Luna. And the city, that's the name of that city. The city I were in earlier, the city of Altissa. He was telling him that he should meet Luna in the city of Altissa and all that, and pretty much, you know, she'll be wed to be and stuff like that. So, yeah. Let's go back. Let's go back. Right there, we see Aldande hitting Luna. So most likely, this is where she got the scar from. This is why I was saying this is where she got the scar from, because she tried to fight Leviathan and Aldande didn't want her to do that and stuff like that. So this could be how she got the scar, and then she stands up to him and actually tries to fight Leviathan again. So yeah, this could be where she got that mark from. Or like I said, it could be from Gentiana or maybe even or maybe even Leviathan itself. But I hardly doubt it's Leviathan itself. I'm almost guaranteeing it was this scene right here that gave her that scar. That gave her that mark on her shoulder. Now we see Remove the summon. We see Leviathan. We see Shiva. Which Shiva is looking a lot like she's going to act like how she acted in Final Fantasy 13. I know I hate to mention that game because that's one Final Fantasy game we don't mention here. But yeah, looks like Shiva's going to act a lot like how she acted in Final Fantasy 13 where she has two counterparts. Because that's how Shiva was in Final Fantasy 13. Shiva had two counterparts. She had one counterpart and the other counterpart. Look at Shiva's going to act the same way she did in Final Fantasy 13 as she does in this, which even goes to prove that this game is still part of the Fabulola Crystallis, the FNC. The FNC is still part of the FNC and all that because she still retains her form that she had in the FNC. So yeah, minus being a transformer. So yeah, Shiva has the two twin Shivas. So yeah, show more connections as still being part of the Fabulola Crystallis. And it's having its connections to back when it was Versus 13. Here's the Titan battle we saw in E3. The beginning cutscene of the game that we see when the card's broken down. I believe that's another arbiter weapon. I don't know when this scene is. Now that I think about it. Let's go back. This is most likely right after Noctis gets away from Adonde from that scene at the beginning of the trailer we saw, because Noctis got captured, like I said, by Adonde, and Adonde was trying to use him to get the ring and take over Nepal. Use Nepal to take over the kingdom and all that. So I believe this is that. So shortly right after that scene, after Noctis gets away from being captured, and also I believe that right there is an arbiter weapon. So yeah, Noctis is taking hold of another arbiter weapon and trying to use it to fight back. So yeah. And now we see Noctis with all the arbiter. Now we see Noctis with all. We see Noctis. No, let me go back. We see Noctis with all arbiter weapons right there. So this could be towards that part of the game where I believe that, if I'm right, that part of the game could be when he finally has gotten a significant amount of the arbiter weapons, because we see the lance that Luna had, and we see a few of the other arbiter weapons that we've seen from past gameplay, such as the one you get in episode Duskai. I believe the two you get in episode Duskai, and the one you get from Core giving you. So yeah, this could be when Noctis finally has a significant amount of arbiter weapons, and finally is ready to fight back against Adonde and all that. So yeah. Right there's the end of the trailer. Alright guys, that was my analysis video for Final Fantasy 15. If you could leave in the comment section of stuff I may have missed, that is great. And until next time, people, this is Uncle Sean saying God bless, take care, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.